Hello learners, I welcome you all to the lecture series number 55, week 17, Creating Masters Part 2. This lecture series is a part of your Financial Accounting BCom program course code BCOC 131. Creating Masters is the first step in Tally ERP 9. Creating Masters help you in creation of ledgers and groups and also entering inventory information. Now let us start with the Creating Masters. Creating Masters has two aspects. One is the account info, the second one is the inventory info. Within account info, you have option to create the ledgers as well as groups. Ledger is a T-shaped account where the transactions are entered into. In case of manual accounting, ledger is created after doing the journal entries, whereas in computerized accounting, the ledger creation is done before and the vouching or the journal entries are posted later on. Now let us start with Creating Masters Part 2. Ledger creation is done by going to the gateway of Tally, account info. Within account info, there is a ledger option. Within ledger option, you have single ledger creation. There is a multiple ledger creation. You can choose either single ledger creation or multiple ledger creation as per your need. Once you click say single ledger creation, then you will go to the create option and you can write down the name of the ledger as well as group under which that ledger is classified and the other details, and then you can enter the balance, the opening balance, and then you will press enter and it will ask you to accept. Once accepted, ledger is created. In the same way, group can be created. Now, as we have already created the ledger, at times there might be some discrepancy in the ledger account once it is created, and now you want to remove that discrepancy. So now here comes the alteration part. Alteration of a ledger is therefore a process by which you can alter any ledger. Any ledger which you have created before, you can change the details. Now these changes can be on account of spelling mistake. Suppose while writing building, you forget to write I within the building. So there is a spelling mistake. Now you want to correct it, or you have selected a wrong group. For example, you have created a capital account. The group to be selected is capital account only, whereas you have selected reserves and surplus in place of capital account. So you need to now correct the group. Or while putting the balance, say you wanted to put the capital account balance as 5 lakh. Instead, you put the amount as 50,000. So there is a mistake in the balance of the ledger. So all these type of alteration can be done by using the Alt menu in the ledger creation. Now let us understand this in more detail by taking an example. Suppose you have created a ledger before with the name building, but the name should have been land and building. So now you want to alter the details. Let us understand how to alter this detail. You will go to account info in the masters in gateway of Tally. As already told, you will again go to ledgers in the account info. Then you will go to single ledger. Within single ledger, you will see options like create, alter, display. Since we are doing the alteration, so we'll select the alter. Once you select the alter, all the ledgers which exist in the Tally ERP 9 for the said company will be shown. From the list of the ledgers, you will select the building account. Now, once you click the building account, the menu will open. This will show you the name as building account. Now press backspace and remove the building account and again type land and building account in place of building account. As you have changed the name building account to land to and building account, press enter if you want to change any other detail. If no, then press enter, enter and enter till you reach the balance. Once you reach to the opening balance, press enter once again. When you press the enter once again, it will ask you to accept. Press Y from the keyboard or you use your cursor of the mouse to take it to yes and click on the yes. Once done, then your changes have been carried out and the ledger has been created. Please note that even if ledgers are created in multiple ledger creation mode, but alteration will always be done in single mode only. Now let us understand it. For example, you have created building account and plant and machinery and furniture under the fixed asset group in multiple ledger creation. By mistake, you have put the balance of furniture account as 5,000 instead of 50,000. Now you want to alter this balance. Now, since you want to do alteration only to the furniture account, so you need to go to the account info. Within account info, there is ledger. Within ledger, there is single ledger. Within single ledger, you will have to click on the alter option. Alter option will show you the furniture account once selected from the list of ledger, and now you can do the required changes, that is you can put an extra 0 to the opening balance. So 5,000 will be converted into 50,000 and you can press enter and then accept the change. So with this example, you can understand that though we have created the furniture account, the plant and machinery and building account under multiple ledger creation, but the change on account of wrong amount has been done only in the single mode. You cannot make any change in the multiple mode. Please note, this is an important aspect which you need to keep in mind for alteration procedure. Now you want to see the list of the ledgers, that is what ledger account have already been created or exist in the Tally ERP9 company. To view this, you have to again go to accounts info in masters in gateway of Tally. Then you have to click the ledger. Within ledger, you have to click the single ledger and you have to click the display option. Once you click the display option, it will show you a list of ledgers, that is ledgers which are already existing in the company. From this, you can select any ledger which you want to see. Say suppose we have to see the building account. So we will press enter on the building account and it will open the building account ledger. You can view all the details which you want regarding the building account, and once you are satisfied, you can press enter and it will ask you to accept. Accept it by pressing Y from the keyboard or by taking your cursor onto the yes option and by clicking it. Please note that in display option, you can only view the ledger account. You cannot make any changes in the ledger account. Similar way, you can view n number of ledgers which you want by going to the display option. You can see on the screen there is a name of the ledger and the list of the ledgers like building account, cash account, furniture, plant and machinery, profit and loss account, Surabhi capital account. You can click any ledger and it will automatically open the ledger and you can view it and see whatever information you want to see. Now we have altered the ledger. Once we have altered the ledger, there might be a need that you want to delete the ledger. That is, by mistake you have made the ledger whereas there was no need for such ledger. Alteration can be done, similarly deletion can be done. To delete a ledger, again you will have to go to account info in the masters in Gateway of Tally. Then you have to click the ledger. Once you click the ledger, go to the single ledger. Within single ledger, there is a alter option. Within alter option, when you click, it will show you the list of ledgers which are existing in the company. Once you click on the desired ledger, then the screen will open. Now you have to press Alt plus D. I repeat, Alt plus D from the keyboard simultaneously. Once you press Alt plus D, a box will appear in the middle asking you to delete, yes or no. If you want to really delete that ledger, then press Y from the keyboard or take your cursor towards the yes and accept it. Once you click yes or you press Y from the keyboard, that ledger will be deleted permanently. You cannot restore the ledger which is deleted. So, utmost care should be taken while deleting the ledger. You have now learned the alteration as well as deletion of the ledger. Now, the difference between alteration and deletion is just in the last step. Both in alteration and deletion, you have to go to account info, click on the ledgers. Within ledger, you have to go to the single ledger, and in this single ledger, you have to click the alter, and then you have to select the ledger from the list of the ledgers. In alteration, you change the details and then press enter and accept it, whereas in case of deleting the ledger, you have to press Alt plus D from the keyboard and then accept it. So, there is a minor change in alteration and deletion procedure. Now, you can see on the screen the process of deletion which I have already discussed. Now, there is a box in the middle of the ledger alteration which is asking you to delete the building ledger. If you press yes, it will be deleted. If you press no, it will not be deleted and it will still exist within your list of ledgers. Now, we have discussed the creation of ledger, alteration, deletion and display. Now, next comes the group. Group encompasses a number of ledger accounts which are of similar nature, means all those which are having similar characteristics or properties will be classified under the same group. For example, building, plant and machinery, furniture, all these are fixed assets. So, they will be classified under the same group, that is fixed assets. Whereas, say if we talk about reserves and surplus, there is a capital reserve, there is a revenue reserve, all this will come under the reserves and surplus. So, both of them will be classified under the group reserves and surplus. Also, we can understand why there is a need to create a group in case if we have raw material requirements which are met by suppliers in different parts of the country. So, we want to create group according to our directions, that if we are getting supplies from the west, so we will have the creditor west. If we are getting supplies from the east, all those creditor will be classified under group the creditors east. So, to have such type of bifurcation, there can be a need to create separate groups instead of using only sundry creditors group. So, to meet a specific business requirement, group creation needs to be done. We have discussed that there are 28 groups which are already existing in the Tally program. There are 15 groups which are of primary nature and there are 13 which are of subgroups within the groups. On the screen, you can see capital account, loans and liabilities, current liabilities, fixed assets, investment, current assets, branch and divisions, miscellaneous expenses, suspense account, sales, purchase account, direct expenses, indirect expenses, and direct income and indirect income are classified under primary group, whereas there are 13 other subgroups in which 9 are balance sheet items and 6 are profit and loss items, like reserves and surplus, bank overdraft, secured loans, unsecured loans, duties and taxes, provision, sundry creditors, stock in hand, deposits, loans and advances, sundry debtors, cash in hand and bank account. Now let us learn how to create group. We want to now create the creditors on the basis of the supplies done from different directions. Suppose we want to have supplies from east and the west. So we will need two groups, that is creditors east and creditors west. You should note that these groups will be created under the sundry creditors group only. So to create the group, you will go to accounts info in masters in gateway of tally. You will click on the group. Now click single group create. Type creditors east in the name and you will select it that this group will be made under the sundry creditors only. Enter no to all other details and press enter and accept by pressing Y or taking your cursor on yes and clicking on it. Once you accept it, the concerned group creditors east, the concerned group creditors east will be made. On the screen you can see that as discussed, name creditors east, under sundry creditors are current liabilities and rest of the information has been accepted as no. If you want to use this, you can put this option as yes as per your requirement. Presently we are not interested in putting this option as yes, so we have chosen it to be no. You accept it, ledger, you accept it, group will be created. Now on the screen you will see that among the 28 groups, now there is one more group which is reflected, that is creditors east. So it shows that we have successfully created the creditor east group. Same way you can create any group which you want according to your need of your organization. You have created group, there might be again a need to alter or delete or display the group. The same procedure which we have followed while deleting, altering, displaying the ledger will be followed in the group. You will go to account info, within account info there is group, within group you will use single group, within group you will use single group. Once you click the single group, the list of the groups will be displayed and you can choose the required group and you can do the required changes in case of alteration. And if you want to delete the group, you have to press Alt plus D and the group will be deleted. For display, you have to go to account info. Within account info, there is group. Within group, there is a single group. Within single group, there is a display option. Within display option, a list of group will be displayed and you can click on the group and you can see the details. With this, we have come to the end of Masters Creation Part 2. This lecture series has helped you to understand the procedure of alteration, display and deletion of the ledger, whereas along with the ledger, the creation of a new group as per your requirement of the organization or the company. Within group, you have an option of alteration, display and deletion similar to the ledger. With this, I end this lecture. Happy learning, learners.